Since ancient times, humanity has sought to understand the mystery of soulmates. Many believe that meeting this special soul transforms lives, bringing purpose, healing, and an irrefutable spiritual connection. Edgar Cayce revealed profound signs that indicate when two souls are destined to reunite. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful signs that may indicate you've already found your soulmate, and perhaps you haven't even realized it. Prepare your heart for a journey of discovery that could forever change your perception of true love. Imagine walking through a crowd and suddenly your eyes meet someone's. At that moment, something inexplicable happens inside you. A chilling sense of familiarity takes over your entire being. It doesn't matter if you've just met physically for the first time, because your heart recognizes it before your mind can even process it. It's as if a light is turned on within your soul, illuminating memories that seemed lost forever. This inexplicable familiarity goes far beyond any ordinary déjà vu we might experience in life. What you're feeling is an echo of past lives, where bonds have already been carefully woven by the universe. Your soul carries with it eternal records of all previous encounters with this special person. It's no coincidence that you feel so connected from the first moment. It's ancestral memory awakening. Instant recognition happens because your souls have danced together in other dimensions, other times, other realities. It's impossible to deny this feeling because it comes from a source much deeper than our conscious mind. Many people report feeling like they've arrived home when they meet their soulmate. It's not just physical or emotional attraction, it's a feeling of completeness that transcends all previous experiences. Your spirit immediately recognizes that unique energy, that specific vibration that resonates perfectly with your own essence. It's as if two pieces of a cosmic puzzle finally fit together in the right place. This recognition needs no words, explanations, or justifications. It simply is pure and true. Science still can't fully explain this phenomenon, but Edgar Cayce always taught that our souls keep eternal records. When we meet our soulmate, these records are instantly activated, creating an overwhelming sense of familiarity. It doesn't matter how many years have passed since previous lives. The soul knows no linear time. It recognizes its other half, even if millennia have passed since the last encounter. It's one of the most beautiful and inexplicable mysteries of true love. The recognition is so intense that it can even cause some initial discomfort. Many people are confused because they can't logically explain why they feel so connected to someone they've just met. Some try to resist this feeling, thinking they're being irrational or too hasty. But the truth is that when your soulmate appears, there's no ignoring the signals your heart is sending. It's a force greater than any human logic, an ancient wisdom that transcends our limited understanding. This first meeting marks the beginning of an extraordinary journey of mutual rediscovery. Each conversation, each shared moment, reveals ever-deepening layers of familiarity. You'll realize you know each other's tastes, fears, and dreams almost telepathically. This instant recognition is just the first thread in a complex tapestry of connections that will unfold over time. It's the universe whispering in your ear. Finally, you've found each other again. There's a special magic in the silence shared with your soulmate that most people have never experienced. When you're together, there's no rush to fill every second with unnecessary words or noise. Silence becomes an invisible embrace that envelops you both in an atmosphere of deep peace and genuine contentment. It's not a heavy or uncomfortable silence like those we experience with others. It's a sacred silence charged with mutual understanding. It's as if your souls are speaking in a language that goes far beyond human words. In this state of shared stillness, you feel a completeness you've rarely experienced before in your life. There's no desperate need to prove anything, to impress, or to make forced conversations just to avoid pauses. Silence becomes a sacred space where both souls can finally rest and reconnect with their purest essence. It's as if the outside world disappears and you enter a bubble of tranquility where only the present moment exists. This ability to be silent together without discomfort is one of the clearest signs of a soulmate connection. The anxiety that normally arises in social situations simply dissolves in the presence of your soulmate. That constant pressure to be interesting, funny, or captivating disappears completely because you accept each other on a level that transcends social performance. Shared silence acts as a balm for the soul, tired of always having to explain or justify yourself. It's an indescribable relief to finally be able to drop all masks and simply exist authentically with someone. This kind of comfort in silence is extremely rare and precious in a world that constantly forces us to be on. Before we move on, we want to feel the power of your presence. Comment below your name and from which city, state, or country are you watching us. Let's map this current of light and show how far our message is reaching. Write in the comments and let's expand this energy together. During these moments of stillness, you can feel communication happening on levels much deeper than words. It's as if your spirits are exchanging information, healing old wounds and strengthening bonds that have existed long before this current lifetime. Silence becomes a portal to higher dimensions of consciousness, where love flows freely without mental obstacles. Many soulmate couples report having their best conversations during these periods of shared silence. It's a form of intimacy that goes far beyond the physical or emotional. It's pure spiritual intimacy. This ability to be comfortably silent together also reveals a level of spiritual maturity that only souls who have known each other for a long time can develop. There's no bruised ego when one doesn't speak for a few minutes, no negative interpretations of what silence might mean. There's a deep, unshakable trust that you're connected even without words. It's a demonstration that true love doesn't need to be constantly validated through verbal communication. It simply is, and it sustains itself. The silence that comforts also extends to difficult times, where simply being present is more powerful than any words of comfort. When your soulmate is going through challenges, your simple silent presence offers more healing than 1,000 well-intentioned pieces of advice. It's an intuitive understanding of when to speak and when to simply be there, offering your energy as support. This kind of shared silence creates a sanctuary of peace amidst the chaos of the world, where both souls can recharge and find the strength to continue their journey together. When you meet your soulmate, prepare for the world around you to question the logic of your union. Well-meaning friends may point out differences that in their rational minds should be insurmountable obstacles between you. Perhaps you come from completely different cultures, are of ages that society considers inappropriate, or live on opposite continents. But something extraordinary happens when soulmates meet. These apparent differences become irrelevant in the face of the magnetic force that unites them. It's as if the universe has prepared a plan that transcends all the human limitations that would normally separate two people. The invisible force that sustains soulmate relationships operates at frequencies our logical minds cannot fully measure or comprehend. Where others see impossibility, you feel absolute certainty that you are on the right path. It doesn't matter if family and friends don't understand. There is an inner wisdom that guides every decision you make together. It's as if you have access to information that others simply cannot perceive. This connection goes far beyond superficial compatibility or social convenience. It is a bond that was forged in spiritual dimensions long before this present life. The most fascinating thing is to observe how the universe itself seems to conspire in favor of your union. Obstacles that should be insurmountable mysteriously dissolve or find unexpected solutions. Opportunities arise out of nowhere to bring you closer together geographically, financially, or socially. It's as if invisible forces are constantly working behind the scenes, removing barriers and creating bridges to keep you united. This synchronicity cannot be explained by conventional logic, but it is real and palpable to those experiencing it. Edgar Cayce always taught that when two souls have a shared destiny, the entire universe mobilizes to make this encounter possible. Cultural differences that would normally create conflict become opportunities for mutual growth and expansion of consciousness. You don't try to change each other to fit pre-established molds. Instead, you celebrate these differences as pieces of a larger mosaic that form the unique beauty of your relationship. Age ceases to be a number and becomes just another expression of the diversity of experiences each soul brings to the union. Geographical distances become temporary adventures that further strengthen your connection, proving that true love recognizes no physical boundaries. This connection beyond logic also manifests itself in the way you make important decisions together. You don't need long rational analyses or pros and cons written down on paper. There's a shared intuition that naturally guides you to the right choices. It's as if you have access to a source of wisdom that transcends intellectual knowledge. Others may consider you impulsive or irresponsible, but internally, There's an unshakable certainty that you're following the perfect plan that was laid out for your souls long before you incarnated into this reality. The beauty of this illogical connection is that it frees both of you from society's limiting expectations of how relationships should work. You create your own rules based on what works for your specific souls, not what others find appropriate or normal. This freedom to love authentically, without trying to fit into external standards, is one of the great gifts of meeting your soulmate. It's an opportunity to experience love in its purest and truest form, free from the chains of limited logic and restrictive social conventions. The most surprising discovery about soulmate relationships is that they aren't easily romanticized as perfect fairy tales. In fact, your soulmate will often be the person who most challenges you to grow, transform, and evolve spiritually. These challenges don't come to destroy the relationship, but to sculpt higher versions of who you can truly become. It's as if your souls made a sacred agreement before reincarnating. Let us meet again and help each other reach our full potential. This process is rarely comfortable, but it is always profoundly transformative and necessary for the spiritual growth of both. The conflicts and tensions that arise in soulmate relationships have a unique quality. They touch directly on the areas we most need to heal and develop. Your soulmate has the almost supernatural ability to identify exactly where you're hiding from yourself, where you're resisting growth, or where old traumas still need to be processed. It's not malice or cruelty. It's unconditional love in action, refusing to allow you to remain small or limited. It's like having a mirror that reflects not only who you are now, but also who you have the divine potential to become. These challenges force both partners to confront dark aspects of their personalities that they would rather keep hidden. Deep fears, long-held insecurities, limiting patterns developed over lifetimes. All of this comes to the surface to be finally healed and transmuted. It's an intense process that can lead to periods of confusion, frustration, and even temporary separations. But each crisis overcome together exponentially strengthens the foundation of the relationship and elevates the level of intimacy to heights most people never experience. It's literally a process of spiritual alchemy happening through love. The most remarkable thing is to observe how these challenges catalyze positive changes you never imagined possible. Dormant qualities begin to emerge, hidden talents manifest, and the courage to pursue long-held dreams resurfaces with renewed force. It's as if the pressure created by mutual challenges activates spiritual genetic codes that have been waiting for the right moment to express themselves. You become more courageous, authentic, and powerful versions of yourselves, not despite the challenges, but because of them. It's the alchemy of love transforming lead into gold through sacred friction. Unlike conventional relationships, where partners may avoid difficult topics to maintain superficial peace, soulmates cannot sustain false harmony for long. There is an inner force that continually drives them toward truth, authenticity, and mutual growth. Lies cannot survive the intensity of this connection. Everything eventually comes to light to be processed and healed. This may be frightening at first, but it is deeply liberating to discover that you can be completely transparent with each other and still be loved unconditionally. These challenges also prepare you both to fulfill greater missions in the world. Each obstacle overcome together adds a new layer of wisdom, compassion, and inner strength that can be shared with others facing similar journeys. You become beacons of hope for others struggling with difficult transformations. Challenges are not punishments. They are preparations to be more effective instruments of healing and inspiration in the world. It's the universe's way of forging you in the fire of love so you can emerge as brighter, more powerful versions of yourselves. Prepare to enter a world where coincidences cease to be coincidental and become direct messages from the universe. When you meet your soulmate, extraordinary and seemingly impossible events begin to occur with a frequency that defies any logical explanation. You might be thinking about the same person at the exact moment they call, or dreaming about identical situations on the same night. Accidental encounters in unlikely places become so common that you stop calling them coincidences. It's as if the universe is constantly sending you signals that you're on the right path, following the cosmic script written specifically for your souls. These synchronicities are the secret language destiny uses to communicate with those attuned to the higher frequencies of love. Numbers begin to appear in patterns that cannot be ignored. You look at the clock at the same time every day, receive messages with repeating number sequences, or find significant dates appearing in unexpected places. Edgar Cayce taught that numbers carry specific vibrations, and when soulmates connect, these vibrations align, creating visible patterns in physical reality. License plates, phone numbers, addresses, everything seems to conspire to reinforce the feeling that you are part of something greater than your individual experiences. These numbers become like little hugs from the universe, constantly reminding you that you are being guided and protected by benevolent forces. Seemingly impossible situations unfold to create opportunities for encounters when you need them most. A cancelled flight results in an unexpected airport encounter, a last-minute invitation to an event where the other person mysteriously shows up, or sudden changes in plans that perfectly align your schedules. It's as if a higher intelligence orchestrates the behind-the-scenes of reality to ensure you have the exact experiences your souls need at the perfect time. These synchronicities aren't just romantic. They serve specific purposes in the growth and spiritual evolution of both of you. Now tell me, have you ever experienced unexplainable synchronicities that seem to be guiding you towards someone special? Leave a comment sharing your experiences, as these stories may inspire others to recognize the signs the universe is sending in their own lives. Telepathic communication becomes so common that you stop being surprised when one calls exactly when the other was thinking about them. Messages arrive with answers to questions that haven't yet been verbalized, or you discover you were writing virtually identical texts at the same moment. This mental connection goes beyond mere intuition. It's as if your consciousnesses are operating on a shared network where thoughts and feelings flow freely between you. It's a tangible demonstration that your souls are truly interconnected on levels that science is still beginning to comprehend. Shared dreams become another fascinating form of synchronicity, where you visit the same places, meet the same people, or experience identical adventures during sleep. You wake up with vivid memories of experiences that seem to have happened in parallel dimensions where your consciousnesses converged. These dreams often carry important messages about directions you should take together, or revelations about past lives that help explain the intensity of your current connection. It's as if your spirits have a life of their own during sleep, using these moments to reconnect and plan the next steps of your earthly journey. Synchronicities also manifest through other people who appear in your life as unwitting messengers. Strangers share information precisely relevant to situations you're facing, or friends casually mention things that provide profound insights into questions you've been contemplating. It's as if the universe uses everyone around you as channels to convey guidance and confirmation that you're following the divine plan. These messages arrive through the most unlikely sources, creating a constant sense of being carefully guided by a wisdom that transcends limited human understanding. There's an extraordinary phenomenon that occurs when soulmates come together, an energetic transformation that can be felt both physically and emotionally. Being in the presence of your soulmate is like receiving a transfusion of light directly into your deepest essence. Emotional pain you've carried for years begins to mysteriously dissolve. Old wounds that seemed incurable finally find the balm they've been searching for. It's not just psychological support or words of comfort. It's a healing that happens at the cellular and spiritual levels, as if the loving energy radiated by your soulmate has medicinal properties that no earthly medicine could replicate. It's literally love acting as medicine for the wounded soul. The energy exchange between soulmates operates as a mutual healing system that activates regenerative capacities that normally remain dormant. When you embrace, it's not just physical contact. It's an alignment of energy fields that creates a harmonic resonance capable of restoring long-lost balance. Emotional traumas that were crystallized in the etheric body begin to disintegrate under the influence of this pure, loving energy. It's as if every cell in your being finally recognizes its natural vibration of health and begins to reorganize itself to achieve states of well-being you never knew were possible. Many people report inexplicable physical improvements after beginning relationships with their soulmates. Chronic pain diminishes or disappears completely, immune systems strengthen, sleep patterns normalize, and renewed vitality emerges from within. This is no coincidence. It's the direct result of being in energetic alignment with someone whose vibrational frequency complements and elevates your own. It's as if your physical bodies remember how to function optimally when bathed in the energy of unconditional love that naturally flows between soulmates. Healing occurs because you are finally vibrating at the frequency for which you were originally designed. Healing energy also manifests through the ability to process and release past life traumas that were blocking your current spiritual growth. In the safe presence of your soulmate, old memories can emerge to be finally healed and compassionately integrated. It's as if you create a protective force field together, where it's safe to confront and transform shadowy aspects that have remained hidden for so long. This deep energetic cleansing releases tremendous amounts of vital energy that were being wasted by keeping these traumas bottled up. It's a process of spiritual resurrection where you emerge lighter, brighter, and more powerful. Most notably, this healing energy isn't limited to just the two of you. It expands to positively affect everyone around you. Friends and family begin to comment on visible changes in your behavior, appearance, and overall disposition. You become channels for transmitting this heightened energy, influencing environments and people simply by your presence. It's as if you're radiating a healing frequency that activates dormant potentials in others as well. This is one of the reasons soulmate relationships are so important for planetary evolution. They create ripples of positive transformation that spread far beyond the initial couple. Healing energy also functions as a spiritual navigation system, alerting you when you're straying from paths that serve the greater good. When decisions or actions aren't aligned with your soul's higher purpose, you feel a palpable decrease in this healing energy, a subtle way for the universe to indicate that course corrections are necessary. Conversely, when you're living in complete authenticity and purpose, this energy amplifies exponentially, confirming that you're on the right path. It's an energetic feedback system that keeps you attuned to the divine will, expressed through your individual and shared journeys. One of the most profound revelations that emerges when soulmates truly connect is the realization that their union completely transcends conventional romantic love. You begin to feel that you have been brought together again, not just to enjoy each other's company, but to fulfill a specific mission together that is greater than either of you individually. It's as if your souls signed a sacred contract before reincarnating, agreeing to meet at the precise moment when the world most needs the unique qualities that only you can offer, working in harmony. This sense of shared purpose adds a whole new dimension to the relationship, elevating it from a personal experience to a spiritual service to the planet and humanity. This mission rarely reveals itself dramatically or obviously. It usually emerges gradually through passions, talents, and opportunities that begin to align in almost magical ways. Perhaps you discover that together you have complementary skills perfectly suited to solving a specific problem in the world, or that your combined life experiences create a unique perspective capable of inspiring and healing others. Edgar Cayce always taught that soulmates are often brought together when the time comes to fulfill important work that requires the specific synergy that only they can create. It's as if the universe waited until both were sufficiently spiritually developed to handle such significant responsibilities. Fulfilling this shared mission often involves using gifts and talents you didn't even know you possessed until you met. It's as if the combined energy of your souls activates latent potentials that have lain dormant throughout your lives. One person may discover artistic abilities, the other may develop healing skills, or you may together manifest wisdom, neither possessed separately. These new talents don't arise by chance. They are specific tools your souls brought into this incarnation, knowing they would be necessary for the work you must accomplish together. It's a divine orchestration that reveals higher intelligence operating through soulmate relationships. A sense of mission also manifests itself through a growing spiritual urgency to make a difference in the world. You may find yourselves naturally drawn to humanitarian causes, healing projects, educational work, or other forms of service that benefit larger communities. It's not a heavy obligation or a burden. It's an inspiration that arises spontaneously because you finally have enough energy to contribute meaningfully. When soulmates unite, they create a reservoir of spiritual strength that can be channeled for purposes far greater than personal satisfaction. It's as if you are becoming conscious instruments of benevolent forces constantly working toward planetary evolution and healing. This shared mission also dramatically strengthens the relationship itself because it adds meaning and purpose that transcends everyday challenges. When you face personal difficulties, remembering the important work you must accomplish together helps you overcome obstacles more easily. It's like having a higher perspective that puts smaller problems in proper context. The relationship becomes sacred, not only because of the love you share, but also because of the service you provide through this union. This added dimension creates a stability and resilience that relationships based solely on personal gratification rarely achieve. The most inspiring thing about soulmate missions is that they often involve planting seeds that will flourish far beyond this present lifetime. You may be laying the foundation for work that will continue to grow and impact future generations. It's a perspective that frees you from limited selfishness and connects you with the eternal flow of conscious evolution that is always flowing through the universe. Knowing that your union serves purposes that transcend linear time adds a timeless quality to the love you share, making each moment together both intimate and cosmic in meaning. When you look into your soulmate's eyes, something extraordinary and almost indescribable happens. It's as if all barriers between you instantly disappear. It's not just the ordinary eye contact we experience with other people. It's a direct portal that opens between two consciousnesses, allowing pure essences to recognize and communicate without the need for words. This gaze penetrates far beyond the physical surface to reach deeper layers where secrets, fears, dreams, and innermost truths reside, shielded from the outside world. It's simultaneously vulnerable and powerful, intimate and cosmic, comforting and intensely transformative. Many people report feeling completely seen for the first time in their lives when they experience this kind of visual connection with their soulmate. The intensity of this gaze can be initially uncomfortable because it breaks down all the psychological defenses that love that transcends time. One of the most extraordinary characteristics of soulmate love is its complete independence from physical proximity or external circumstances to continue existing in all its intensity. Even when life separates them by thousands of miles, family obligations, careers in different countries, or any other circumstance that keeps them physically distant, the connection remains not only intact, but often grows even stronger. It's as if physical separation acts as a cosmic test, only confirming the eternal and indestructible nature of the bond they share. Where other relationships might weaken or die with distance, soulmate love uses these periods of separation as opportunities to prove its transcendent and timeless nature. Linear time, which governs all other human experiences, simply doesn't apply to soulmate dynamics. You can go years without seeing each other in person, but when you finally reunite, it's as if no time has passed at all. The connection instantly resumes where it left off, without the need for readjustment that other relationships require after prolonged separations. Conversations flow with the same ease, intimacy returns immediately, and you discover that you've continued to grow and evolve in synchronized ways even while physically separated. It's a powerful demonstration that your souls operate in dimensions where time and space are temporary illusions that don't affect eternal spiritual realities. During periods of separation, many report feeling the presence of their soulmate in ways that defy conventional scientific explanation. They may feel their touch during dreams that seem more real than physical reality itself, receive guidance through intuitions that clearly come from the other person's consciousness, or simply know when something important is happening in the other person's life, even without direct communication. This permanent energetic connection acts like an invisible cord that keeps you connected regardless of how many oceans or continents may physically lie between you. It's as if your souls have created a private communication network that operates at frequencies that transcend the limitations of the material world. Love that transcends time also manifests itself through the ability to maintain unwavering hope and faith, even when external circumstances suggest they will never be together again. While the rational mind may occasionally doubt, there is a deep wisdom in the heart that simply knows this is not the end, but just another temporary chapter in a much larger story. This inner certainty does not come from wishful thinking or denial of reality. It comes from a direct connection with spiritual truths that transcend limited mental understanding. It is like having access to information about the cosmic script that was written for your souls long before this particular incarnation. Extraordinary stories emerge of people who have reunited with their soulmates after decades of separation, discovering that their love has not only survived intact, but has matured and deepened in ways impossible to predict. These reunions often happen at perfectly synchronistic moments, when both are finally ready to fully honor the connection they share. The universe seems to wait patiently until all necessary lessons have been learned, all individual growth has been achieved, and all preparations have been completed before orchestrating these magical reunions. It is a demonstration that true love operates on divine, not human, timelines. The most profound and transformative sign of having found your soulmate is the emergence of an inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances to exist. No matter how many storms are raging around you, financial problems, professional pressures, family conflicts, or any other chaos life may present, there is an inner sanctuary of tranquility that remains unshakable when you know you've found your other half. It's as if your soul has finally come home after a long journey of searching and experiencing relationships that never quite filled the void within your heart. This peace isn't passive or resigned. It is an active and powerful force that becomes the solid foundation upon which your entire life can reorganize and flourish. This tranquility transcends any logical explanation because it doesn't come from the rational mind, but from a recognition that occurs at deep cellular and spiritual levels. It's as if every cell in your body relaxes simultaneously, releasing tensions you hadn't even realized you'd been carrying for so long. Muscles that had been contracted by chronic stress finally loosen, breathing becomes deeper and more natural, and a genuine smile emerges spontaneously for no particular reason. Your nervous system recognizes that you are finally safe, that the search is over, that you can stop rushing and simply be who you truly are without fear of judgment or abandonment. The certainty that "this is where I belong" becomes a spiritual anchor that keeps you centered even during life's most challenging moments. When doubts about other areas arise, career, friendships, family decisions, this single certainty about having found your soulmate provides enough stability to navigate all other uncertainties with greater equanimity. It's like having a fixed star in the sky of consciousness that always points you in your true direction, no matter how temporarily lost you may feel in other matters. This peace acts like a spiritual GPS that keeps you aligned with your deepest truth. This inner peace also manifests through the ability to be fully present in the present moment, without the constant anxiety about the future or regrets about the past that characterize most human experiences. With your soulmate, you can finally relax into the experience of simply existing in the now, knowing you've arrived where you're meant to be. There's no longer that urgent feeling of wasting time or searching for something missing. There's a completeness that allows you to savor each shared moment without the desperate need to cling or control. It's an extraordinary freedom that few experience in relationships where there's always an undercurrent of insecurity or inadequacy. The most remarkable aspect of this peace is that it doesn't depend on reciprocity or specific behavior from the other person to maintain itself. Even when your soulmate is going through difficult times, making mistakes, or temporarily unavailable emotionally, inner peace remains because it's based on spiritual recognition, not temporary circumstances. It's like having unshakable faith in the greater plan that brought you together, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when the surface appears chaotic. This spiritual maturity allows you to love unconditionally without losing yourself in the process. Eventually, this inexplicable peace becomes contagious, radiating to every other area of your life and positively influencing everyone around you. Friends comment on visible changes in your energy. Family members notice that you seem more centered and happy, and even strangers are drawn to the tranquility you naturally exude. You become a beacon of calm in an often hectic world, offering energetic refuge to others still searching for their own inner peace. It's as if finding your soulmate activates your natural ability to be a beacon of tranquility in the world, fulfilling part of the greater purpose for which you were brought together. If you've recognized some of these signs in your own life throughout this journey of discovery, you may have already found your soulmate and not even realized the magnitude of this divine encounter. Each sign we explore is a pearl of wisdom left by Edgar Cayce to help us recognize when the universe conspires to reunite two souls who belong together. The most important thing is to trust the wisdom of your heart, for it always recognizes truths that the mind is still learning to comprehend. Your soul knows far more about true love than any theory or list of signs could ever teach. Now I want to hear your experiences and reflections on this journey we're sharing today. Do you believe you've already found your soulmate? Or are you still navigating the mysterious waters of this sacred quest? Leave a comment telling your story. Share this video with someone who needs to hear these transformative truths. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content that nourishes and expands consciousness. Because when we're ready to recognize love in its purest and most eternal form, the universe always finds ways to guide us home.